And once you try to get to know you, once you seek it, you might be able just to start finding things, not necessarily everything. In fact, I would doubt that anybody just gets to the goal and goes like, I found absolutely everything in the universe, or everything in myself, because we are just so vast in ourselves that most of what we know of ourselves is just represents the tip of the iceberg. I mean, most of our own knowledge and information and experiences are just subconscious. They're just stored inside, because we wouldn't be able to process all of it if it was just expanded all of it at once and expressed it in one single moment. We would pretty much explode and override the system. So it's not about that. It's not about understanding everything about it. It's just about having a system that is that works for itself. It is whole in itself. It doesn't need to be constantly seeking outside, and it doesn't need also to constantly be inside and be closed off to the world outside. It is in some peace of what it is and the changes that go outside. So it won't be affected as much by the changes that go outside. It just is in itself. Something that knows itself and thus can understand the situations that happen to that person or being, and can go through them in a way that they will bring him or her to a more better future, a better situation the next moment. Yeah. So spirituality, knowing thyself, knowing yourself, sounds easy, yes, and it is easy in a way. It is terribly not easy in another way, because we make it hard for ourselves. We make it hard for ourselves because we are just so addicted to the way we think and conceive reality, everyone in a different manner. But yes, especially Western people have such addiction to material conceptualization, and it is hard for them, because it's the opposite pole. It is hard for them to just let go and let loose the information that flows through their minds, and just not get stuck with an idea and concept of things, of good and bad, of big and small, of beautiful and ugly, and I should and I shouldn't, I like and I don't like. They always follow a scent. It is one scent, and it's such a huge city that they really don't get anywhere. They're just following scents all their lives through, until picking up some interesting information and facts. I'm not saying it's totally lacking of spirituality. I mean, everyone has some form of it, because it's part of nature, of our nature. But the fact that they're not really understanding that it's like following the scent and never stopping and realizing that they are alive, that they are there, and there are many different scents, and every sense has qualities, and you can learn from every scent, and not all of them are good, and not all of them are bad. But you are there. You are sensing. And that moment of sensing, again, is that constant, that permanent thing that we cannot grasp, because it has no form. It has no form because it doesn't share any form that we understand. Such like a radio wave might not be the form that you can grasp. You would have to go and learn what radio waves are to grasp it and understand that it's just another more subtle way of manifesting energy and information. Well, so is this. And spirituality is about getting the tools and the intention, more than anything, the intention of going and seeking within yourself and exploring and experimenting with those senses and feelings and ideas, and being the dog, but the conscious dog, not the unconscious dog, the thinking dog that actually decides which sense to follow. And if a scent goes by him and he doesn't like it, he doesn't follow it. And he doesn't pay attention to many things that he doesn't need. So he constructs his own life. He's in control of the sailboat, of the direction the boat goes, and he's not at the mercy of the winds. He's not at the mercy of the currents. That's a nice metaphor, I guess. So that's pretty much what spirituality means. It's a way of life. It's a way of directing life. It's a way of living it. Just like you might be right now. I mean, even some people some years ago, maybe my interests were more in the learning and acquiring information kind of thing, which I still do. But it's not all about that. If you take away all the books and internet and everything, I will be okay because I'm still here. They are not part of who I am. I mean, they are part of what I live, but they are not necessarily my wholeness. My wholeness can be put into the internet, can be put into a person, can be put into myself, or can be put into life, into just being alive. And that's what it's about. If you direct your attention, your energy from other things that are necessarily consuming material aspects and getting us older as a planet, as a humanity, and really not getting us true happiness, then we might need probably to explore what happiness comes from. And it comes from you. It doesn't come from, I mean, material things trigger it maybe and enable it to express itself, but it comes from you. Happiness, really, you can be happy one day and do the same thing the next and not be happy because of what you actually are feeling inside. So directing life to you and to every moment that you lead, that you are living, every moment, in the sense that you are not what is happening in front of you necessarily all the time. You are not the things you say or think. I mean, no wonder they just say you just are. It is the way of the moment. Live the now. That is what they mean. And what I mean about the whole, the all, I am all, it's not necessarily about, it might be, I mean, every coin has two sides, right? It might be that we are all the same because we are changing energy, so theoretically we're the same. Yet I never go into some other, I never wake up as someone else. I am always the same consciousness perceiving. And that is the whole, because it has no form. It is not me, it is just not my name, it is not nothing. It has no form, and it just grows and expands into a wholeness like space. You're no longer seeing that single planet or moon or satellite or star or solar system. You're now the whole thing. You're perceiving things like from the wholeness of things. It is the whole universe. It is not just one bit of the universe. And then you just see a galaxy you like and you explore it like the scent. But you are not lost, and you don't go into the galaxy and get destroyed if the galaxy is destroyed. You go and you go outside as you choose, because now you know that you are not just material. You are not just physical. In the sense, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking scientifically and theoretically. I'm talking in a way that we can all understand. I mean, really, we're not just physical to the point where if my body dies, or if my body gets sold, or if I lose my house and home and money, then what has become of me? I have changed. No, you have not changed. The way you are expressed on this earth and the way this earth is expressed unto you has changed, yes, but you have not changed for some reason. And again, won't put a label on it, won't say I understand it, because I don't understand it. I just have a sense of how it is. And that is not the complete sense, obviously, because then again, I am still learning. But the sense of how it is, because I want to sense it, and because I am open to not understanding and sensing it sometimes, I kind of still understand some more of it. It's just like doing an activity. It's like learning how to do music. If you want to learn how to do music, you practice music, and something will come out, whether it's big, small, long, short, heavy, or light. It will come out, and you can call it music because that's what you are doing. And it's the same here. You won't get to understand. There is no perfect tune, no perfect music, there is no perfect song, there is no perfect scientific theory, and there is no perfect spiritual understanding. But there is a way, and you are still doing it. It's like building a house. There is no perfect house, but still you built it. You did a house for yourself on which you can be protected from the cold. So, it's not that it's bad to be interested in physical things, to be interested in movies and books and people and ideas and concepts and money. It's not bad. They're all part of reality. I mean, it's not about lowering them. It's about putting them where they belong, which is a physical plane, in the sense that it's a plane where vibration actually exists at a certain point, and that's why a feeling you cannot put into material form. That's why a thought you cannot put into material form. You can communicate and kind of synthesize it so something represents your thought in material form, but it's not the thought itself. Now, if we stay in only that aspect of material things, then we will go out of life without having grown, we will have planted a seed, and the seed will probably have grown above the ground and be a small plant, but it will have never been a tree and given fruit. On the other hand, if we understand the physical thing and go even to the inner stuff, the stuff that we don't understand, the stuff that we don't have to understand, just feel it. And that way you will see that the physical world will make sense, because what you feel and think you actually kind of realize in the physical world. If you feel like you want company, you seek company and you realize company. If you feel like you are mad, then you will manifest it in the physical world, probably in some way or another, subtle or just plain out there, and exploring these feelings and these thoughts will even lead to the realization that you are not even thought and feelings. Those are even more subtle manifestations, just like your body is and sickness is. There are good thoughts, nice thoughts, bad thoughts and stuff. Thoughts that make you feel bad and make you feel good, just like there's food that makes you feel bad and good. And you realize, well, there's something else then. And that's the spiritual key. That's what all the ancient traditions actually thrive to understand, or thrive to be. Not understand, but thrive to realize. And it's not that they are perfect. They have been, religion has and tradition has been deformed in many ways, but the original is like the United States Constitution. I mean, we're not living it today, but it's still there ethically, right? Well, that's the point. The original intention was that. Find the constant inside yourselves, and you will find it inside everything else. You will realize that what you are getting when you are being attacked, maybe what was being attacked was your concept of ego and identity, and I am good or bad, or I am smart or dumb, or I am slow or fast. But once you understand that that was just a part of you, that just a part of you was slow or fast or smart or dumb, then when they attack that part of you again, you will no longer be attacked, because you already overgrew that aspect of yourself. You are now a taller tree, and they just can't affect you the same way.